Hello guys, so today we're ranking every single, all of these major singers, and we'll be seeing which ones will be remembered in history, and which ones will be, forgotten. Okay, so we made a, you know, list. Okay, so which artists are gonna be in the history books, and which artists are just irrelevant. ASAP Rocky, well, I'm not really too familiar with the rap community, so maybe if someone knows rap very much, they can put him higher. I think I don't really hear much about him, so maybe 10 at most. Again, I'm not really familiar with rap music. Ariana Grande is a much more different story. She is one of the biggest artists of the 2010s, but is he really history books? Okay, I could get my I got my stylus out. Yeah, I have a stylus for my tablet. I think she is definitely gonna be up here. Maybe history book. I think history books. She is in the Wicked movies. Beyonce. Well, she does have 30 Grammys, but no one's streaming her music. Like she isn't irrelevant. Okay, I will give her 50 years. Before she becomes irrelevant. Before no one. The baby's irrelevant now. Doja Cat. I think she has a few songs that will be popular in 10 years, but Juice WRLD, he's still talked about, so he's still talked about, so I'll give him, another 20 years, but, I think another similar artist that died a few years later may still, there was another similar artist that everyone talked about that also died, and I don't really see anyone really talking about him now, okay? Drake. Well, Drake, he's kind of like McDonald. Like I think I'll give him like 100 years. His music is boring and bland, but he's still topped a lot of the. Lil Nas. Well, he's irrelevant now. Like he made some controversial music videos. Michael Jackson, he's in history books. Like he is one of the most famous singers of all time. Well, I was like, who? I don't even know who this is. Logic. Yeah, you're in the irrelevant tier. Okay, I don't know who this is either. Megan Thee Stallion, she's gonna be irrelevant. She's already irrelevant now. Like I don't know many people who listen to her. So yeah, NBA YoungBoy. I don't even know who that is. Nicki Minaj. Well, she is pretty big in the rap community. So I think I'll put her up in fifth with Beyonce. Ironically, she has the same amount of same amount of people listen to her music as Beyonce. Post Malone, well, Post Malone, I'm gonna give him the same amount, same tier as Beyonce. Okay, like he's gonna be remembered for a while, but I think his name will fade away over time. Okay, like Rihanna, I think she is gonna be she's gonna have a much longer. Okay, she hasn't made music since 2017, and her music is still popular. I think she's probably up there with Michael Jackson and Ariana Grande. Like, she hasn't made music since album since 2017, and she's still relevant. So, Selena Gomez. Well, yeah, I think 20 years. I think she still will have fans, but I'll put her with I think Post Malone might be remembered much longer than Selena Gomez. Sia, I think Sia will be remembered much longer than Selena Gomez. Her albums have actually become pretty popular, especially SOS. Young Thug, well, I don't even know who that is. Travis Scott, well, his music is like his last album just bombed Spotify wise, like streaming wise. Same thing with this guy, Lil Uzi, like yeah, these guys, like they release albums this year, like no one listened to him. Same thing with Cardi B, like these three artists, and Doja Cat, like all of these rappers, like I think the reason why the older rappers they're still talked about is because people actually liked their music. Like a lot of these other newer rappers, like a lot of these newer rappers, like a lot of people just do not like them. And then of course you have Billie Eilish. That's a tough one because she's a newer, like way newer than most of these artists. I think she has 2 Oscars, which is a pretty big award. So I think she's gonna be up. She's gonna be where I think more people will talk about Billie Eilish in like 80 years than Beyonce. Like if Beyonce is struggling now with streams, imagine 80 years when there's newer artists and she's already competing with the artists of now. Okay, that's gonna be a pretty tough battle. Dua Lipa, well, she does have some pretty popular songs. I'll give her 50 years. The Weeknd, well, I think The Weeknd will be up here too. Okay, like The Weeknd has some of the biggest songs of the 2010s. You can't really ignore that. The first song to hit 5 billion streams as well. Okay, you know, Billie Eilish actually used to have the fastest song to hit 3 billion streams, but Lady Gaga beat that. Gaga has that award now. Beat that award. I don't know who that is. Lil Yachty, don't know who that is. Lizzo, she's irrelevant now. Like, no one listened to her album. Okay, like absolutely zero people listen to her album. Lisa, Gunna, Babe Rexha. She is popular in some countries, so I'll put her in 10 years. And then we have Alicia Cara. She's like a one. I think she's like a. I'm not really familiar with her. I'm gonna put her in 10 years. Like she has some. Madison Beer. Well, she's a relatively new artist. So I'll put her in 20s as well. Okay, Xena. Don't know who it is. And then we have three very big artists: Lil Wayne, Justin Bieber, and Bruno Mars. Like I think everybody knows who these people are. Bruno Mars. Well, I think he's gonna be one of the most. I think he's gonna be in this tier and hit all history books. Okay, Diver, he did win Album of the Year. Okay, if we really want to, some of these artists did win Album of the Year in 100 years, but also Beyonce did, and no one's doing Cowboy Carter. Let's look at how many streams Cowboy Carter's gained a week. Okay, it's like no one's listening to it. But Bruno Mars is one of the probably be one of the most famous artists of the current era. Okay, like even if he doesn't really make music anymore, but he made 2 songs this year, and they became amongst the most streamed songs. I know there are collabs of other artists, but and of course you have Justin Bieber. Well, unfortunately for us, Justin Bieber's gonna be remembered for a long, long time. Okay, way longer than most artists, should be. Okay, because there's the Beliebers, and he's gonna be remembered. He's gonna be remembered for a long, long time. And then we have Lil Wayne. I think I'll put him in 50 years. I'm not really familiar with rap music, but I think he will still have some popularity. 6ix9ine, he's irrelevant. Playboy Carti. Well, he didn't make music for a while and he was still remembered, so I'm gonna put him in 50. Bad Bobby, I don't even know who that is. Kehlani, she's a new artist, I think. I'll put it in 20 years. She's a new artist as well. Little Baby, is he still even relevant? I'm not really familiar with rap. Denzel Curry, I don't know who it is. Lil Pump, I know. Yeah, I don't listen to rap music. I'll put him in 20. No. We can skip these 2 hours. They don't really out. Oh yes, Taylor Swift. This is the easiest besides Michael Jackson. Like Taylor Swift has so many records, and whether you like Taylor Swift or not, she has so many records to her name, like Michael Jackson does. Okay, like Black Bell. I don't even know who that is. Justin Timberlake. I think I'll put him in 20. Like. His song was in Deadpool Wolverine, and for that alone, it'll be. I think I am gonna turn this to 100 years plus. Okay, like, I think that's much more accurate. 50 to 99 years, 20 to 49 years, 10 to 19 years, and these are artists that are just irrelevant now. Britney Spears, well. Her newer songs fail, but I do think a lot of her songs will have a long time. Like, Camila Cabello, yes, he's going to be irrelevant in 20 years. Like, she may be played in a few places. Don't know who, these people. Kendrick, well, Kendrick is much different. He is one of the most popular rappers. I think everybody can agree he's going to be around. Like, his music is going to be popular for a long time. Okay, like, he's the one person I am confident that people could be remembering for a long, long time. Like, Little Mix, don't even know who they are. I'm surprised Blackpink hasn't appeared. Doji, I'm putting him in 20 years. He is also known for being, Filthy Frank as well, if people don't know that. I think for the people who didn't know that, they would probably be shocked by that. But I think his songs will be relevant for like 20 years. The more calm music, rap music is just a lot of modern rap is not gonna be remembered that long. Adele, of course, we're gonna have to talk about Adele. I think Adele will be in this tier. Okay, kind of like how they talk about Aretha Franklin and Whitney Houston, but outside of that one record she held for like 10 years, where Taylor Swift broke like I think Adele will probably be remembered for a long time, as well. Okay, as well. Ed Sheeran. Well, I think Ed Sheeran's a big enough name that he'll be remembered in 100 plus years. Like he still had a chokehold of 2010s music, but a lot of his newer albums, yeah, I'm gonna put him 50. I'm putting him 50. Madonna. Well, Madonna. We'll wait to see what happens because Madonna's music isn't really doing well streaming wise compared to Michael Jackson. You know, like I know I'm comparing Michael Jackson. I think Madonna will still they'll still play her because she's from the '80s or something like that. I'm surprised. Let's see who's left here. Yeah, there are a lot of artists. There's also the Beatles here. Um, these are all of the artists that are left. So, and no, we're not using Album of the Year because Album of the Year is Oh dear, they're not really. Tyler the Creator. Well, he is one. He has allegations, which yeah, it's kind of career ruining, kind of. Okay, Roddy Ricch. I don't even know who this is. Oh, he made a song called The Box. He had that song. So but I don't think many people listen to. I don't know who this is. Ross. Yeah, we're just gonna go over. Sam Smith. Yeah, he's gonna be over in like 20 years. Like yeah, and of course we have Lady Gaga. I think I think Lady Gaga is going up here too. Okay, Lady Gaga is may not have the most like she had a resurgence this year mostly because of Mayhem and the Mayhem tour, but I think that's gonna be like one of the most iconic tours besides Taylor Swift's tour. Like the Mayhem Ball tour, it's gonna be recreated for a long, long time. And if, again, a lot of Lady Gaga songs actually do have a lot of staying power, like, you know, Billie Eilish does, but she's a very new artist. Or Michael Jackson does. And heck, Michael Jackson was actually originally going to perform with Lady Gaga as well. I think Lady Gaga is going to be remembered for a long time for, considering that she basically upended fashion. She basically changed the music industry forever. And yeah, I think Lady Gaga is in that one, Tio. We have XXXTentacion. His death was, of course, a very big tragedy. I think for that, 100 years is. Yeah, I think a lot of people still listen to his music. He gained tons and tons of subscribers because it was a very, very sad moment when his wife was taken very early as well. So yeah, it was very, very sad. I don't listen to rap, but I think all of us can agree that, he is one of the most, he has a pretty big legacy. Despite, he has a pretty big legacy, obviously. And yeah, I think for, he's kind of like Tupac. He's going to be remembered for a long, long time. Like Tupac is still remembered to this day. He's like Tupac of the last decade. So, who's Maggie Lindemann? I have never heard of like. There are amazing artists. I know most of these like rappers. I don't listen to rappers, but this is an artist I have never heard of before. Maggie Lindemann, Olivia Rodrigo. Okay, well, see it. But yeah. XXXTentacion. I think Tupac and is one of those. He's gonna be like Tupac. Oh yeah, Olivia Rodrigo. Let's go to Olivia Rodrigo. I think 50 is she's a new artist, but yeah, she also had one of the biggest albums of the 2020s, but. Again, she only has 2 albums, so I'm going to give him 50. J. Cole, he does have some decently popular songs, so I'll put him in 10. Eminem, of course, Eminem is kind of like, I think Eminem is it's going to be one of the few artists in this list that will be in the history books. Like, Eminem is, considered to many people the GOAT of all rappers, okay? Like, I'm not really familiar with rap, but even people who don't listen to rap know who Eminem is. Same thing with Kendrick Lamar and XXXTentacion. Like, everyone knows who they are, but, like, I don't know most of these rappers as well, okay? Maybe people in the rap community can help me out in the comments, which artists will be, much more popular. Also, the baby, well, he has a pretty, Demi Lovato, well, she released a new album recently, so I'll give her some doubt, but, yeah, she's not, it kind of like the bunny with the clock meme. She's gonna be irrelevant in like 10 years. I don't know who this is. Bad Bunny. Well, like in the US, he is not very popular. But in the Spanish speaking world, he is gonna be amongst one of the most. He's gonna be in the history books of all the Spanish countries. Like You know, in terms of like, I know most people think of music as most of these artists they have their songs in English, but in terms of Spanish music, like he is probably the biggest Spanish artist of all time. Okay, artist that makes the songs in Spanish, and in those countries, his music is probably studied for centuries, probably because he is the first massive artist to speak Spanish. Like most artists speak English, okay, as well. He's basically the Taylor Swift of Spanish music, basically. Um, Tupac, well, Tupac is basically like Technoblade. He's immortal, okay, as well. Okay, people still talk about Tupac to this day. They still play Tupac everywhere. So yeah. And of course we have who's Rico Nasty. Like I'm just gonna skip over the artists. I don't know who they are. Chloe X Halle. Well, Halle Bell was in the Little Mermaid movie. That's at least some legacy, but I don't think people like that. Nas, not to be confused with Lil Nas. I think he's decently popular for him in 20 years. AI Bender. I'm looking forward to singers I don't know here, and I know who Kitty Cootie is. Fletcher. I'm just going. Let's just go through all the artists we don't know. Bella Ports is irrelevant now. Mia Pia. Don't know. I don't even know who that is. Future. No, I know who these people are. I know who that is. Emily Vogue. Don't know who that is. Mariah Carey. They're gonna be playing that Christmas song to the end of time. They're gonna be playing the Christmas song until the end of time. Okay, like what's that about the Christmas song? Daddy Yankee. I know who that is, but Whale, Wiz Khalifa, The Beatles, Rafia. I'm just pulling all the artists that Rhea Kate. No one really listens to her music. Surprised he's even on this list. Soulja Boy. He's the guy who sold the fake game consoles. Steve Keef. We're playing. Actually, a lot of these artists are irrelevant. Nelly, Kessa, Usher, Alicia Keys, Chris Brown, Izzy Azalea, Snoop Dogg. Yeah, Snoop Dogg is one of the more famous rappers. NWA. I don't know who that is. Outkast. Heard of them. ABBA. Thames. There's an artist called Thames. We're putting all the more. Oh, there's Diddy. We'll cover Diddy, of course, and we're gonna have to cover Diddy. Phoebe Bridgers. See, he's made music. Zadie, Wizkid. There's a guy called Moneybagg Yo. Mac Miller, 21 Savage, Corey Leroy, Elton John. Don't know who that guy is. Well, I'm just pointing all the odds I don't know and I don't know. Know that guy, Pussa. MF Doom. That's an Ice Spice is irrelevant. Sade, Hunter Gex. Only known as like the of the Yale community. Towers Gambito. Rosalia is a Spanish singer. Spicy Santana. Yeah. And Warren Hill. And this is the rest of the artists. Pink Panthers is kind of irrelevant too. Okay, first is J Balvin. So J Balvin, we're gonna I think I may have messed up the list. Okay. J Balvin, he has a few popular songs. I'm putting him in 20 years. Next is Smiley, of course. My least favorite artists of all time. If you look at my Twitter, okay, because he's on Disney, I'm giving her 50 years. But yeah, no one's streaming her songs like Beyonce. Okay, no one's streaming her songs. Okay, but he does have a legacy of the Walt Disney Company. That's the only things he really has. Harry Styles. Surprised they don't have Harry Styles, but not One Direction. Very strange choice here. I think people remember Harry Styles for like a little bit. But he is part of One Direction, so I'll put him 100 years. He is part of One Direction, and One Direction was like one of the last big boy bands before K-pop boy bands existed. The Notorious B.I.G. He is one of the most famous rappers of all time. Like, people who don't know rap still know who he is and still talk about him. I'm putting in 50 plus years. And so I think XXXTentacion will be the one about, when it comes to newer rappers, he'll be remembered for a much while as well. But I don't think the Tupac or Eminem levels. Like those Eminem and Tupac are like the two biggest rappers of all time. I'm surprised. Here we go, Kanye. Let's go, Jay-Z. I put Jay-Z next to Beyonce. Okay, now I'll go into Kanye. Okay, the thing with Kanye is his whole past, his whole life is so controversial. It could be like I think because of his controversialness, he's going up in 100 plus years. He also is very well received, at least his earlier albums were. But people got his mental decline, and of course, his obsessed with Mustache Man from Germany is gonna be a big thing of contention going forward. Lana Del Rey. I think a lot of people really sleep on Lana Del Rey. Yes, he never won a Grammy, but neither did David Bowie, and David Bowie is still popular to this day. I think he'll be in this TL. 50 years. Okay. Yeah, 50 years, I'll be probably be dead by then. Phoebe Bridgers. I thought she was an actress. I'm putting it in 10. Oh, we're gonna have to talk about BTS. I just find it funny they have BTS, but not Blackpink. Nothing, no Blackpink, but we have BTS. Yeah, BTS is still a cultural phenomenon. Unfortunately, we have to put them in 100 years at the bare minimum. I don't want the army to get angry at me. Okay, I don't want them to get angry at me. Kid Cudi. I'm gonna put him in 10 years. Like, I don't know any man. I put him in 20. I don't really know many of his songs though. Prince. I'm surprised there wasn't many old artists here. Like, there wasn't Queen for some reason on this list. But don't worry, they added Rhea Cade, but they didn't add Queen. If Queen was here, he'll be in the history books. But Prince is like one of the most famous artists of all time. Like, he's gonna be in the 100 plus years. Okay, he is still one of the most famous artists of all time. So, Future. Well, his name is Future, but he can't predict the future. And I think he is still like one of the more famous rappers, but he is 50 years, I think. Oh, sorry, XCX. They can talk about Brad Summer all they want, but sorry, XCX could be irrelevant in 20 years. I don't care if Kamala Harris endorsed Brad Summer. She's gonna be irrelevant in 20 years, okay? Heck, Kamala Harris gonna remember her name. That's pretty hilarious. Pitbull. Well, Pitbull is one of the biggest artists of the 2000s. I think he's in the 50 years. Yeah, okay. Daddy Yankee. Well, he has lots of subscribers on YouTube, but I don't think many people will listen to him. 20 years. Wiz Khalifa. Well, he is in the song. He didn't make the song for the Sonic movie. But we don't know how long the Sonic movies will last in terms of popularity. So, the Beatles. Well, the Beatles is they debuted in the 60s and they're still talked about to this day. They'll be forever talked about. Frank Ocean. He made a few popular songs and 10 years. Nelly. I know who he is, but I'm not really familiar with his music. I'm putting him in 20. Kessa, well, she's irrelevant now, okay? Kessa is irrelevant. Like, some of her old songs may be popular. I'm going to put her in 20, but Kessa's going to be irrelevant in 20 years. If it was like an actual music artist here, she'll be like the F- tier. Like, she'll be below Miley Cyrus, okay? Like, I don't like Kessa. I don't think Usher. He has some pretty popular songs. I'll put him in 50. Alicia Keys. I know who she is, but I don't really know much of her songs. Chris Brown. Oh, yes, it's this guy. So you do not know, Chris Brown is another very controversial artist, okay? Like, he is one of the most hated music artists of all time. I think because of that, he may be remembered longer than we would like to think. Like Miley Cyrus. And of course, the king of controversy himself, Kanye West. Iggy Azalea seems relevant now. Snoop Dogg. Well, people still talk about Snoop Dogg to this day. Okay, like, of course he's still alive, but I think Snoop Dogg will be way relevant way longer than people think. ABBA. Why is ABBA here but not Queen? Like, I think ABBA will be relevant for like another 20 years or 30 years. And then once the boomers, once the boomer, like, ABBA's gonna go away of the boomers, okay? Like, oh, I don't know who that is. Anderson .Paak. Jack Harlow. Yeah, he's gonna be irrelevant in 10 years, okay? Ava Max. Well, her last album bombed so hard and she's already criticized. Thames, she's irrelevant. Kali Uchis. I don't know who this is. I know people talked about this person. I've heard people talk about this person, but I don't know who this is. I put it in 20. Since there are tons of people who don't know who she is, I don't want to piss off her fans that much. The Kid Leroy, he's kind of irrelevant. Tate McRae, well, she's a relatively new artist. Like, she only became popular in 2023. I'm gonna put it in 50 because he's a relatively new artist. Like, as well, because Jen Elf will probably be listening to her. Diddy, of course. Yeah, Diddy. People will be talking about Diddy for a long time. Yeah. Concerning all the whole, like, Epstein, Diddy, like, people will be talking about that for a long time because it was a horrible, horrible tragedy. Okay, the stuff that Diddy and Epstein did. Okay. ZID, well, he was in a popular Imagine Dragons song for a very popular show for 20 years. Janet Jackson. Yes, she still played very much now, so yeah, I put her in 50. Mac Miller, well, he's irrelevant now. 21 Savage, I'm not really familiar with rap music, but I know he's in a lot of popular songs, so I put her in 50. Corey Leroy, he's irrelevant. Elton John. I'm not surprised our Queen isn't here. Like, why isn't Queen on this? Yeah, like, Elton John, he is one of the most famous artists. I put him in 100 plus years. He is one of the most famous artists of all time. I think he'll be in these as well here. T.A. Dollar Sign, he's been remembered for ruining his career with Kanye West. Yeah, he's irrelevant now because he ruined his career by making a whole band of Kanye West. Rita Celia Ramos, I don't really think she's really that popular. Well, she did get this by Charli XCX. That's like all I know. I did hear about her a couple of times, and yeah. Halsey, well, she's irrelevant now. Like, her last album, like, sold so poorly, like, but she does have a bunch of decently popular songs, like, it's gonna kind of be like a Britney Spears-esque situation, okay? Like, her old songs will be popular, but not really popular. Like, Don Baptiste, well, I don't really hear much about this guy. I'll put him in 10. Pharrell Williams, though, he's kind of irrelevant. He's the voice of, I forgot he's the voice of Gru. Okay, that alone, Minions. Okay, Gru, Minions, 100 plus years. MF Doom, outside of MF the year, no one talks about this guy. Oh, of course, we have Doechii on this list. Okay, so yeah, they have Bork and Doechii, but not Freddie Mercury and Queen. Why isn't Freddie Mercury and Queen here? Like, she's a new artist, so she's gonna be talked about for a long, long time. Okay, as well. Okay, Rosalia, well, she's very popular in the Spanish-speaking countries. I'll put her in 50 years. She's a very popular female artist in Spanish-speaking countries. So yeah, Bjork. Well, she's kind of, outside of music critics, Bjork is very irrelevant now. Like, as well. Okay, I think because of music critics, she'll be remembered for in the 20 more years. Probably 50. Music critics tend to keep obscure artists alive for some reason. I don't know why, but Radiohead. Of course, Radiohead's like one of the most iconic artists as well. Well, yeah, I'll put them in. Okay, Radiohead had some of the like old songs that just resurged in popularity over the past 20 years. I'll put them in 100 plus years. And Outkast. Yeah, they're not gonna be well. And relevant. And I'm just surprised there wasn't like Linkin Park. Like there's already 178 images. Like I'm surprised there's a lot of rappers on here, but no Linkin Park. Linkin Park is gonna be limited for a long time. Queen, obviously Bon Jovi. You know, I'm just surprised that a lot of classic rock has been neglected. Like they included the Beatles. Like I think people have been pissed if they didn't include the Beatles, but why did they include Queen and Michael? Queen, like why was Queen excluded? Like that just makes no sense to me. Like they included all of the big artists from the 80s and 70s, except for Queen and AC/DC, were some of the most popular artists of that time. Goodbye.